Imagine this. You're working late, your business is booming, and everything is going smoothly. Suddenly, an alert flashes across your screen. Someone just tried to access your sensitive data from an unknown location. The panic sets in. But then you remember your monitoring and authentication servers are on it. They've already caught the intrusion attempt and blocked access before anything serious happened. In today's world, cybersecurity and efficient network management are non-negotiable. The question isn't whether you need protection, it's how do you stay ahead of the threats. This is where monitoring servers and authentication servers come into play. In this video, we're diving into the rise of monitoring and authentication servers in modern infrastructures. We'll explore how these systems work, why they've become absolutely essential in today's digital landscape, and how they help keep your networks secure. If you're curious about how your data stays safe from hackers and how these powerful systems manage user access, stay tuned because we're about to break it all down. What are monitoring servers? Let's start by defining what monitoring servers actually are. In the simplest terms, a monitoring server is a system that keeps an eye on your network, checking for any unusual activity or performance issues. It acts as a vigilant watchdog, constantly scanning your network to ensure everything is running smoothly. But why is this so important? In a world where data breaches, malware attacks, and system failures can cripple a business, monitoring servers are your first line of defense. They track the performance of your servers, detect security threats, and provide real-time alerts to teams when something goes wrong. Imagine running a large e-commerce business. Every time a customer places an order, it goes through your website, your databases, your payment processors, and your shipping systems. Without a monitoring server, no one would be able to detect whether one of these systems is vulnerable, overloaded, or compromised until it's too late. Monitoring servers aren't just for security either. They also track system health, network traffic, and usage trends, offering insights into optimization opportunities and helping departments improve performance before it impacts users. Why have monitoring servers become essential? Now let's talk about why these monitoring systems have become critical for modern environments. In the past, network monitoring was mostly reactive. Professionals would wait until there was a problem, like a server crashing or an application malfunctioning, and only then would they investigate. But today, the stakes are much higher. Cybersecurity threats are evolving rapidly. Hackers don't need a lot of time to gain access to sensitive systems or disrupt operations. They're quick, efficient, and use advanced tactics to exploit vulnerabilities. This is why monitoring servers have shifted from a reactive to a proactive role. By providing real-time surveillance, monitoring servers can detect suspicious behavior, anomalies, or patterns that deviate from normal activity. These systems can flag unauthorized logins, large data transfers, unusual network traffic, or any signs of an impending security breach. For example, if a hacker is trying to brute force their way into an account or use stolen credentials, a monitoring server can flag the failed login attempts and immediately alert the team. This allows for a quick response to block the threat before any damage is done. Performance monitoring is another key area. Modern networks often run multiple applications and services, each with their own performance metrics. Monitoring servers ensure that systems remain stable and any slowdowns, failures, or capacity issues are identified before they become major disruptions. Authentication servers, the gatekeepers of access. Next, let's take a deep dive into authentication servers. If monitoring servers are the vigilant watchdogs of your network, authentication servers are the gatekeepers. They ensure that only authorized users can access your systems and resources. Authentication is the process of verifying that someone or something is who they say they are. In it, this usually involves a combination of username, password, and sometimes multi-factor authentication, MFA. Authentication servers handle all of this and ensure that no unauthorized users gain access to sensitive systems. Authentication servers don't just verify users, they control access to various parts of the network based on their credentials, their role, or even their physical location. A financial services firm, for example, may restrict access to critical data or accounts based on the user's clearance level, ensuring only the right people can access certain information. What makes authentication servers even more powerful is their ability to integrate with single sign-on (SSO) systems. SSO allows users to access multiple applications with just one login, reducing the number of passwords they need to remember while improving security. Authentication servers handle this centralized login process, ensuring that users are securely granted access without compromising the system's integrity. The role of authentication servers in security. The importance of authentication servers can't be overstated when it comes to cybersecurity. Think about the sheer number of online accounts we use today: banking, social media, work applications, and more. If an attacker were able to compromise a user's credentials for one service, they could potentially gain access to a host of other accounts. This is where multi-factor authentication, MFA, comes in. MFA adds an extra layer of security to the traditional username-password combination. When a user tries to log in, the authentication server requires something beyond just the password, typically something the user has, like a mobile phone or hardware token, or something the user is, like a fingerprint. Authentication servers play a critical role in enforcing these layers of security, making it much harder for attackers to compromise your system. Even if someone manages to steal a password, they would still need access to the second form of authentication, which could be almost impossible to obtain without the user's cooperation. How monitoring and authentication servers work together. Monitoring and authentication servers are two of the most important components of modern security, but they don't work in isolation. In fact, they are often integrated to create a more comprehensive and dynamic security system. For instance, when a monitoring server detects suspicious login attempts, such as an unusual number of failed logins or an attempt from a strange geographic location, it can trigger the authentication server to enforce additional security measures. This could include requiring MFA or temporarily locking the account until further verification is made. Similarly, monitoring servers can track the health and performance of authentication systems, ensuring they remain operational at all times. If the authentication system goes down, monitoring servers will alert the IT team immediately, preventing any disruption to the system's ability to authenticate users. The integration between these servers makes it easier to automate responses and manage complex security scenarios. For example, if an attacker is trying to break into an account and the monitoring server detects unusual behavior, it might notify the authentication server to block that user's access for a short period, while the system evaluates the legitimacy of the login attempt. The future of monitoring and authentication servers in IT. As technology evolves, so too will the role of monitoring and authentication servers. These systems will become even more intelligent and automated, utilizing advanced technologies like AI, machine learning, and big data to predict and respond to security threats in real time. Machine learning algorithms can analyze vast amounts of network traffic, user behavior, and system interactions to identify patterns and predict potential breaches before they even happen. In the future, monitoring servers will be able to provide not just alerts, but intelligent recommendations for fixing vulnerabilities or preventing future attacks. On the authentication side, we'll see an even greater shift towards biometric authentication, using fingerprints, iris scans, or voice recognition to verify identities. As passwordless authentication becomes more common, authentication servers will be responsible for ensuring that the process is both seamless and secure. With more businesses adopting hybrid cloud infrastructures, these servers will need to handle increasingly complex environments involving multiple data centers and cloud services. This will require even more robust monitoring systems and authentication protocols to ensure consistency, security, and accessibility across all platforms. The rise of monitoring and authentication servers has dramatically reshaped how businesses and organizations manage security and performance in today's digital age. They work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that your data is protected, your systems are running smoothly, and your access is secure. As threats evolve and infrastructures grow more complex, These systems will continue to play a pivotal role in securing our networks, systems, and data. Whether you're a business owner, a network administrator, or someone simply curious about its security, understanding these servers is essential to understanding how your digital world stays protected. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the world of infrastructure and security, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified of future videos. Drop your questions or thoughts in the comments below. We love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and remember, the digital world is a complex place, but with the right systems in place, you're always one step ahead of the game.